I had an interesting group session the other night. I call them galleries, where several people sit in the same room. There were only 7 people in this group. I think actually maybe 8, but 8's my maximum. I do not do big groups. Big groups are all about the money. I'm about my client. And if we keep it small, I do these small groups so that everybody gets messages. So 3 women come in first, one in particular, and it's usually the one that needs the most. And this woman really got the messages she needed, okay? I mean, she got a lot. The other 2, definitely the same thing. Well, sitting right next to me is a woman. Her mother was with me, and I described her mother and told her what she did, and she's crying. Yes, that sounds like her, and I'm going on. I ask people to say, any questions I ask you, please just say yes, no, maybe. Do not expand, all right? Not until we get to the point where I ask them if they have any questions. Then they can say anything, because I know they got the messages that they needed. I know it's real, and if they didn't tell me anything, guide me away from what the souls want to tell me. That's very important for me. Anyway, all of a sudden she starts, oh, that could be anything. That's so vague. That's really general. It could be, whatever. In the meantime, one of the women I talked to, I said, I'm seeing paintings. Do you paint? Do you do oil paintings or art? Are you artistic? She said, no, not really, but I think it ended up meaning something. I don't remember the messages, okay? I'm telling you that for a reason. All right, so this woman's really being negative, okay? So the souls that were with me just dropped off. All right, so now I'm going back to the woman, the first woman, because a man with a cigar came through. I believe that was her father or grandfather. I, again, don't remember. It just kind of comes through me. So, and I had to ignore it. And then this woman makes a statement. She says, oh, does he paint walls? Does he paint pictures? Does he paint... She was ridiculing me. She was making fun of me, okay? That shut me off, shut all the energy around me down. I mean, I was gone. I couldn't get any other messages. So I'm looking at the host who was sitting right across the way from me, who I know very well, by the way. And I said, give me a minute. She said, no problem. And I went down and I closed my eyes and put my hands in, and I prayed to Mary. I pray to Mary a lot. I pray when I'm going to see a client, I pray to Mary. I ask Mary, please let the souls come through that I need to talk to. See, I don't talk through, God doesn't talk through me. God doesn't, I don't use God. God grants the gifts. He says, here, you got these gifts. Do the best you can. The people that He has chosen, He can trust. Okay, so He doesn't talk through me. That, by the way, that's false prophets. If somebody's telling you, I'm speaking through God, God is telling me, run, because that person's a false prophet, and stay away from those people. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say there. So anyway, so now, and I had a man with me before this woman's mother came through, and I knew he was for the woman sitting next to the host. I prayed to Mary, and it broke. And all of a sudden, everything started to open again. Messages came. I was told to just ignore her, put it behind me, and go to this woman. And this woman was getting several messages. And I had a man with me. I said, your father. This man's had a car and whatever I told her. And she says, well, that was my stepfather. Well, the souls don't show me step or, anything like that. It's always father. It shows me the relationship. If he was not a good father and was a stepfather, yeah, they'll tell me that. But this man was like her father. Okay, and we're going on about cars. He's showing me a beautiful car. He had a really gorgeous car, wonderful car, and she starts to laugh. She said, I described the car to a point, and she starts to laugh. She said, yeah, he thought it was beautiful, but it was an old Lincoln Continental. And she laughed, and that was kind of a joke between the family, and because he always thought that it was a great car. All right, so now I'm slamming it. Now this woman's daughter's sitting to my right. And I'm like, I'm getting messages for her, but I don't want to give them to her because I don't want her mother to start acting up. As a matter of fact, when the mother started with does he paint walls? She told her to knock it off. She said, stop, Mom. Okay? So I got her grandmother, not her mother's mother, her father's mother. And she's getting messages, and I'm saying, you got to give me something really specific for her. And grandmother showed her in the car with her, and sliding through a stop sign, got a ticket, which she did get a ticket, but wasn't for sliding through a stop sign, okay? And so then, towards the end, I said, oh, you went out for ice cream, strawberry and pistachio. I'm thinking strawberry and pistachio. Why not chocolate and vanilla? I mean, that would make sense. She started laughing. The daughter started, that's exactly what I like. She said, when I was younger, I loved strawberry, and now I like pistachio. So it was very specific and very important to her. She didn't get a lot of messages. And by the way, her grandmother, she said her grandmother took her driving, and this one specific event, I did not totally get that. I think the ice cream was more important, and a lot of the other messages that she got were more important and meaningful for her. It turns out her grandmother took her driving in the snow, and she wanted to learn how to drive in the snow. That's kind of why I probably saw her sliding through a stop sign, which probably happened. I don't know. I'm not going to say I did. Anyway, folks, yeah, I pray to Mary. Mary's my guide. She comes, helps me with the minutia. If it's really big, then I go, go right to where I need to go to pray. All right. I am very spiritual, and more so than ever before. And you have to be when you do this, guys. I got to tell you, that was a really unique situation. And it tells me that even with all the negative energy, with the right prayers, with the right beliefs, you can get through anything, and anything can change. Never forget that. Okay, guys, always remain hopeful, never hopeless. Always be optimistic, never pessimistic. It's the only thing you can do. There's no reason not to. All right, as tough as things go, you can get through them if you don't give up. Never quit. Bye for now. Enjoy your Sunday if you're watching this on Sunday. Talk to you soon.